Hi Libras. So there's going to be a sense, Libras, for you of there's kind of a battle that needs to be won, but a light battle. There might be some dissatisfaction on some level with your love life or with your partner. There might be some confusion and miscommunication, but it's not anything that's so detrimental that the relationship is just broken or that a huge divorce happens. This is just a matter of kind of not seeing eye to eye, but knowing that you're still in it together. I always liken this card to like a soccer match or a tennis match. It's like you're still in the game together, you're still playing the game, but there are opposing sides, okay? All right, Libras, let's talk about your third quarter. The overview energy for the third quarter is that of hope and faith. Being positive internally about love, about your love life, about your partner, about the direction that it's going in. You're definitely holding on to the belief in somebody or something and looking at it from a positive manner, okay? Focusing on the right things, which is very interesting because, or at least feeling the need. You may be having some dissatisfaction here and there throughout the next 6 months, but you're going to keep coming back to, this is good. I like this. I want this. I want to make this work. I believe what they're telling me. Okay? Even when you sometimes don't, you're going to come back to the positive mindset of it, which is beautiful. You're not going to let yourself get taken advantage of, but you are trying to believe in them and trying to believe in where you're going together or where your love life is going. We have the Four of Cups, Libras, so three things really, four things really. This is a card of apathy. There's love being offered and it's not being taken. So there's boredom here. Now, you may have mistrust in your partner. Again, you might have mistrust in your partner or where they're going, but you're really trying to believe in them and believe in you. There is mistrust. We have the Moon. This can be a card of secrets. It can be a card of hidden information. So this feeling of, they're telling me things, but their actions might not be matching up, so I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to accept all their love yet. Now again, I want to say this because I'm going to have people below that says, I'm not doing that, but my partner is. These energies can go vice versa. So if I say you, it could also mean your partner. So somebody's being apathetic or acting bored or not reciprocating the love that's being offered because they feel that there's something that's being hidden. And in response to this, you or your partner is going to be kind of taking a hiatus from the relationship, going inside internally and being in this place of solitude while they figure things out. Okay? Again with the Lantern, I always view this like the star, holding on to hope. He's holding on to this beacon, saying, lead me in the right direction. I believe this is good. But right now, I'm cold. I'm standing up on a cliff. I don't know what to do. I'm looking for answers. I'm believing in this beacon. Okay? She's holding on to this beacon. Not in an embarrassing way. It's good to be positive. It's good to believe in people. Even when they're showing you or you think they're showing you otherwise. Because what's happening, Libra, is we have the Ten of Wands here. So someone really might just be very busy with their life, with family, with work, with external commitments that really might not have anything to do with the state of your relationship. So don't assume it does. This person, they've taken on burden after burden after burden after burden because they're positive they can help everybody involved. He's walking in the right direction and he knows he can make it. It gets tiring. It takes energy. And sometimes you have to pull your energy away from your partner in order to make all of this stuff work. And then you can come back to the relationship as long as they feel that it's worth it. So don't get so caught up, Libra, that someone's just not giving you what you want when you want it. Be patient. There is something else going on here outside of your relationship. And it doesn't have to be something that's bad. It can be, okay, I'm not excusing every situation and everybody's behavior. It can be that they have other stuff going on in terms of love, but don't assume it, at least not yet. And if you're just in a dating scenario and you're really starting to get interested in somebody and they're not giving you all the attention that you want, they really could have other love interests. And you know what? Unless you're in a committed bond, they don't really have to tell you about it. So don't assume that they do. I know that you're trying to like balance the scales of fairness and they owe you because you've been on 10 dates with them, but nothing's fully committed yet. So how dare they be spending time with somebody else, but they don't really owe you that, not yet, okay? And I say that because of this Seven of Swords here and this Justice card. This Justice card is where you're feeling, where one, things are going to turn out in your favor, and two, you're feeling like they need to. You kind of have this expectation of, well, they better come clean, they better show me love, you know, I'm not going to give them anything until they start giving something to me. Okay? That's an okay mindset to have, but don't push it too much. Okay? We have the Queen of Cups here, Libra. This is somebody that is a little bit of a drama queen, but she's also very loving. And she also really wants what's best for everybody. She likes everybody's energy and the environment of her love life to be stable. Okay? She's kind of like a motherly type of energy, but not in a overbearing way, but she wants to be available. She wants to be there. She wants to give and share her love. And maybe she is, and you're not accepting it. You doing this, if this is you, Libra, this could be compounding this worry. It could be prolonging this hermit environment. It could cause them to start doing other things. So when you do, and I'm not saying you are, but if you are doing this out of spite to make them prove their worth to you or prove their interest, they will, but it's going to kind of push them in the other direction at the same time. And we have the Seven of Swords here. So this is a card of kind of extracurricular activities. Okay, someone is being sneaky. They are hiding something from you. Now, whether or not they owe you an explanation is a different story. So through this, until you really start opening up, keep the faith in the situation, but you got to also open up. You have to be receptive to what they're offering. If you want stuff to work out in your favor or the favor of your relationship, you have to have receptivity. You can't assume that something's hurting you or being sneaky. There might be stuff going on, but do they owe you an explanation? Maybe not. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. Innocent until proven. Now, we have the King of Wands here. This is a fire energy. This does talk about, the King of Wands is somebody that is very forward-looking, very action-oriented, very positive. So if you're pulling back and having this place of expectations because you're unsure of the relationship, this person's going to take that as, well, maybe they're not as interested in me. I'm going to put my efforts elsewhere. I'm not saying you have to give in to everything, Libras. Obviously not. Stand your ground. You have your boundaries. But one, this person might in reality be very busy. Two, they might not be getting what you want, or they might be getting this coldness from you, and they are trying to offer you this warmth, and you're not accepting it. And so they kind of start to move on their way. Okay? He knows. I don't have to sit here and wait for somebody to love me back if I'm giving it to them. Maybe we're not in the same game. I'm trying to be, but maybe we're not. That's kind of his mindset. Now moving on to the fourth quarter, Libras. Knight of Wands. Just because this is happening, just because there's delay or silence or mistrust or expectations, doesn't mean that they don't really care about you. They do. They're going to be putting forth effort. The Knight of Wands. They might be putting effort into other stuff too, but they're coming back to you. They're putting forth effort. And what are you giving them? Delay, pauses, silence, waiting. Five of Swords, hurtful words, unclear communication, fighting. There's like this sense of continuous resistance with you in this person in your love life. So there's something energetically where you're not jiving well, but there's so much promise there, but you're not jiving, and you've got to figure out how to make that work. Because now we're already into the fourth quarter, and they're really trying. They're trying to put forth efforts, they're trying to put forth communication, and they're just getting resistance. Waiting. What are you waiting for? For them to really prove it to you? You're not going to open up at all until they what? Give you a $20,000 engagement ring? When you just have only been, So, and I'm trying to not be negative about this, but there's this overview. The overview card is this like resistance. And you got to figure out where you're coming from and where you want this to go, because you don't always have to be putting up resistance. Because remember, high level, you're actually positive. So stay positive, act positive, communicate positive. All right? The Fool. There's new beginnings. There may have needed to be this breakdown in order for there to be this new beginnings. It's also sitting next to the Eight of Swords. Okay, sorry about that delay. Well, you don't even know there was a delay. The video just skips. But I had somebody at my door, so I had to shut it off. So, the Fool is here. So, this miscommunication could cause a new beginning. Because again, we're not seeing a break here. We're just seeing effort and resistance and frustration. Like two ships crossing at the night, like butting or butting heads. You're not agreeing on something, and it could be something like communication style. So step back and look at the effort that's being put in. Maybe believe in the effort that's being put in. It could cause a new beginning. And get out of your head a little bit, because here you're feeling restrained and paralyzed, but your thoughts are doing that. It's your thoughts that are doing this. The swords are ideas and thoughts. So she can easily remove this blindfold and get out of these binds and get out of these swirling thoughts. Okay. I like this depiction on this card because it's either dusk or it's dawn. I like to think that it's dawn. And if she would just remove the blindfold and turn around, she would see that there's light about to illuminate the world. So be careful what you focus on. There could be a very promising new situation, love situation here for you. Now, and the reason why I say that is we have this Sun card. This is the most positive tarot card in the deck. Success, joy, abundance, children, positivity. So I'm not sure what's going on here other than there's miscommunication and fighting and mistrust, and somebody might actually just be very busy with their life, and they may not need to offer you any sort of formal commitment just yet. So if you want that, you have to be available to communicate that. You can't just have faith and hope. You can't not accept their advances unless you don't want them. But they're still here in the picture. They're still here. They're not going anywhere. So it's like you're pushing them away and having your boundaries up so tight and being so slow, I guess you can say, that you kind of are not understanding what they're really trying to do. Now we have the Eight of Cups here. This is a card of walking away. And what I like about this card in this deck is she's walking towards the water. So there's, again, the stars. And there's all these emotions here. We know about the Eight of Cups. There's all these emotions here. But I like this depiction because she's walking towards the water, and when the tide comes in, it's going to push her back. So I sense in this deck, I always liken this card to a temporary situation, stepping back. But again, I don't know why you or they, or why there's this stepping back. There's arguments, yes. There's feeling bound, yes. There's mistrust, there's a sense of secrecy. But if you want to have faith, then you actually have to really have faith. If you want to believe in them or the relationship or believe in love, then you actually have to do it. Okay? And then we have the Strength card. And then we have the Four of Wands. This is talking about celebration. So what I'm sensing here, Libras, is you're going to decide to have strength, or you're going to recognize their strength in their continuous efforts. And you're going to recognize this positivity. And then there's really going to be something to celebrate. You'll be very happy. They will be very happy. But it's almost as if throughout these next 6 months, there's this pushing, there's this brick wall that somebody that's very interested in you has to keep butting their head up against. And it's a battle. And sometimes they're going to feel like they're losing. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're losing. If you're really looking for someone to really prove themselves to you, this person wants to do it. And there will be a celebration at the end. So, but maybe lighten up on them a little bit. All right? You kind of have to allow them to do it. All right, Libras. Well, leave your comments below. Sorry about the skipping the video, the break in the video. And leave your comments below because I'm curious what this is about for you. Okay? All right. Thanks so much. Bye.